Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Let me get that black box off the screen. I'm going live impromptu because I think there's going to be a lot of fighting for the next couple hours. I will be honest and say I'm not supposed to go crazy with how aggressive I am. So I'm going to be a ball fighter, and we'll see how it goes. But I think there should be some good fighting for a couple hours at least, because both teams have things to fight over right now. We just started healing our forts. I think we're healing all of them. No, this one's still burning. But we're pushing, because we can also burn their flags, and then our forts are totally safe. And whoever's the field can wins these flags. So I just think there's going to be a lot of fighting. But like I said, I'm a ball fighter. I'm a ball fighter tonight. I was fighting just a little earlier, and I said, fight like only farmer. And that's just stay in the middle of the ball. Because like I said, we're not going crazy. We're not going crazy tonight. We're not trying to be the difference maker in this fight. We're just helping the team dial up some numbers. And I'm not really going to experiment with zooming in, at least for fights like this. I'm sure there's value in zooming in, but I think dot mode is pretty good here, honestly. Because you can see I'm kind of doing damage, but I don't have to be right at the front. So we're just going to dot mode it up. See how things go. I mean, this fight went very well. This is totally different than the last 4 or 5 hours, basically, where we lost every single fight and never charged into them. This time we did charge into them and won the fight. I'll give a recap once. I'll give a recap of the last few hours once I finish getting all my kill points here, and we have a rally coming in. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like the burns are pretty easy if you just get the field. Even on a lot of these forts, the burns are pretty easy if you just get the field. They timed it pretty good. They timed their last attack on our main fort very well, where they won a fight. They won like a ball fight and then just immediately charged to the fort and released their rally. So we got 2 rallies going now. 2 rallies on both of these flags. We lost our first march, Luchi, but we're still doing pretty good. I think the enemy's, thinking about turning right now. You can see a few people coming back, a few people coming into the zone. They do like to turn, and they've been successfully baiting us for hours to get us into a fight, and then a bunch of people join late. They're trying to do this again here, but we do not have a full hospital, and so we can just keep clicking on all these low health marches. We just saw a white health march, but almost every march we're seeing is yellow or red, so that's why this is kind of like a relaxing walk in the park, even though it doesn't quite look that way. I'm just pulling back a little bit here. They started attacking me. When you're this low, what, movement is always good, dragging the enemy, scaring the enemy off. Those things are always good to do. But when you're low health, it's even better because you're not sacrificing as much damage by prioritizing your movement. So I'm just like very low health, but I can just kind of move around and help the team that way. So there we go, all the way back. Let me see if I can pop out the chat here. Gustavo, how's it going? Nice to have you here. Thank you all for being here. Let me get the chat going. Let me know if there's anything wrong. Oh, I think I forgot to turn on the music, right? I forgot to turn on the music. There we go. That would have been a good fight to have some music with, but that's all right. Let me see if I can get the chat on the screen. So basically what happened is that, we were getting rocked. When I logged on around 1 UTC, we were just getting rocked. The forts were burning. This fort, when I got on, really, this fort was empty, or it was full except for a garrison captain. They were asking for a garrison captain. I'm surprised Fire Camp didn't swarm this fort from the start. I threw my garrison in here. It's not even a good garrison, Gorgohera, just to have something in there when they eventually rallied it. Here's that rally. Here's that rally. My Gorgohera with arch formation against Moof's archer rally. And fortunately I had arch because they swarmed it. They swarmed it as well. So I was like, I felt terrible about this combo. Like Gorgohera with arch, I'm like, a rally will destroy this thing. But at least they had, at least they swarmed it. At least they friggin' swarmed it. So we were just like skeleton crew basically for a few hours. They were burning us. They did like one of their most egregious ball pushes all the way up to this fort up here. Like they were all the way up here because they had so much field control. We got all kind of like gathered up and were roaching them on the way home. We were just roaching them. We ended up roaching them all the way to the pass. And then Minfook shows up and sets a marker. Like right after that, right after we did that. And so now it's sort of like, oh, we're not going to roach anymore. We're just going to actually stand and fight. So that was a big change. Basically, I guess a lot of Vietnamese players and Minfook came on at the same time. And I was like, all right, this got a lot more interesting. And that is where things stand at the moment. Throw a like on the stream if you're looking forward to all the fighting to come. Let me advertise this. Let me advertise this stream. Actually, I don't really want to open... you know what? I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to open up Discord and stuff like that. We'll just let people trickle in. Watch it later. I was happy with the views on last night's stream, so I know people enjoy watching it, even if they watch it later. So we'll just stream it. We'll just stream it. I don't want to open up Discord and open up an additional web browser just because my computer is running really slow. It's running really slow. Lots of freezing. It's running hot. It's running super, super hot. So when I stream, I just like to keep minimal strain on this PC. And I don't exactly think we get a ton of views from our official ROK Discord channel anyway. So, I don't know what's going to happen at this point. It's a very quick turn. I would think that they're going to reball again. Yeah, I would think they're just going to reball again and try to attack us again. Here's Puriamo. Yeah, we should check the standings here. The Autark standings. The main thing is my ratio, right? Because when I came on earlier tonight to this account, the delta was in the 3s. There was a 3 the 3-something, 30 million something in front of this delta between kills and heals. There's a 2 in front of it now, 26 million delta. So I do want to improve my delta if I can, because that's kind of what Sandman said. He was like, let's look for the good opportunities tonight. But that, yeah, that's just my mission here. 2217 still is in the top 2 spots. And then 1981 has Zirkle, Moof, and Big Kane here in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Here's Minfook. Here's Paul Flynn from 1981, Slick, Yura, Symbol, Piggy. I'm kind of just like looking at the names on 1981 to see like who I have to be like the most scared of, basically. Mistav and Mr. Tav. Kalito was very strong last night at the pass. Hervank was very good at the pass as well. This is a slightly different type of fighting than the zoomed in thing we were doing last night. This is a lot more my speed. And, you know, a lot of it is confidence. A lot of it is confidence. Once we get a little bit of confidence, people stop running, and we do pretty good. And then we're in 37th. We'll probably move up here a little bit. Looks like there's a couple people we can pass very quickly, including one of our catmates, Warwin. Because I think there's going to be a decent amount of action, a decent amount of KP. And, you know, not everyone is online right now. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit. Just because, you know, I was telling myself, let's just have a chill stream. If you don't feel like talking too much, don't talk the whole time. And then I got on and I was like, oh, gotta entertain, gotta entertain. But yeah, the main reason to go live is because this was like really good action. Really good action. I was like, you know what, I'm glad I'm recording it, but wouldn't it be better to live stream it? Definitely better to live stream it. So let's do it. You know what I mean? I mean, look at this. We got a real fight going on. We got a real fight going on. It's a good charge in by Minfook there. When you see like the person setting the markers charging in, you kind of know it's time to go in. And as you can see, I find myself at the front of the ball very quickly. And we're still trying to figure out where this front is. Like I said, I don't want to face tank tonight. I want to be in the ball. Let me just kind of find my footing here in this fight. Alright, so one of my cow marches is very like far away from everybody else, so I just like spend 5-6 seconds bringing my marches back together. It's pretty hard to do with 7, but you can see the value of it just because like I'm very stable, and now that the fight's in our advantage, I can do like quite a bit of damage while like staying out of trouble. I do have to think about my hospital actually. My hospital's pretty full. I don't really have the ability to heal it now. I don't want to spend 15 seconds doing that. So I do need to be careful because my hospital is pretty full. And this is why I'm not opening Discord or anything. Don't want to have the PC crash at a time like this, that's for sure. If this fight had gone differently, me not emptying my hospital would have been a real problem. Real problem. Like a huge kind of mistake, but fortunately we're winning this fight, so my hospital's gonna be fine. I just have to be aware of like them turning at some point and this getting like very, very gross for me. So I'm just gonna retreat here. I'm just gonna retreat here. Just because of my hospital. If it weren't for my hospital, I'd stay. I am hitching hard. Alright, so that fight definitely taxed the PC a bit. They were burning this fort earlier. And when things were going badly, my thought was, okay, I'm just going to save my hard fighting for this fort. Because we were defending this a little bit better. And, you know, I was pretty close. So I could just, like, go in hard, do damage, die, come back out, and then swarm the rally. So we had some pretty good fights at this fort. We held it once or twice. It got burned once or twice. But now that we, seems like we're maybe going into our uptime a little bit. We have the chance to let these forts heal for quite a while. It's a nice change of pace, honestly. It really is. A few hours ago, we had almost no field. We were getting wrecked. Not a lot going on. So this is way better. This is way better. Yeah, they did push out on us. But look at how low so many of them are. It's you know, there's always a chance to turn on this. You know, both teams have their moments. That's what I've noticed. Or that's been one of the big... It's one of the good tactics you can do in this zone, this past 7 fight, is like, when you win a ball fight, that's the time to then attack the enemy's objectives. I mean, it sounds simple, but there were just a few times where, you know, we would like win a fight. We'd push them somewhere back to the pass. We just start walking home. And then they would be pushing into the zone heading towards one of our forts, you know. Even before we had refreshed, even before I had noticed that they were forming up, they were already like at our fort, and we just didn't even have a chance to ball back up. Even though we had won the previous fight, because they were just like, there were too many of them. And so they just got like a free attack on a fort without even having to win a ball fight, just by timing things correctly. And that's why you have those pinned rallies, and pay attention to those things. Always going to be a few rogues. Trying to get a little free KP. Someone big will take this spot. Hopefully whoever takes this understands the pressure or respects the pressure of this spot. Oh, there's not even a spot. There's not even a spot. Wow. Earlier I left a marker to gather this. Look at this pro stuff. Gather this. And that's gonna, I'm pretty sure this is gonna open up a teleport spot for us. At the time when I put this marker up, it was like dangerous to even farm here, but I was like, well, maybe somebody will be crazy enough to do it. But now we have safe farming. We'll get this spot next to Farmer Bloop. See what's next. I mean, I guess I think what's going to be next is they're going to put out these flags. More than likely, they'll probably try to push us in the field and then put out these flags. This is like one of the reasons that I came online. I was like, no matter what happens, there's stuff that is going to be fought over in the next couple hours, right? Like if we're winning, then these flags are going to get fought over, and if they're winning, our forts are going to get fought over. Now, there's a middle ground, obviously, where, like, we have enough to defend our forts, so it's not worth it for them to attack the forts anymore. But, like, with the way this fight has gone so far for the first day and a half, it's, I feel like they would have tried to find out that they can't burn our forts rather than just assuming it and stopping. So I just think, like, there was going to be fights either way. You know, for sure, while these flags are up. And then, you know, we might take a shot at the pass. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know that that's the direction this fight's going to go. But if we're winning, we're more likely to take a shot at the pass. In many ways, right? We're more likely to take a shot at the pass than they are to take a shot at a fort. Maybe. I don't know. We don't have, like, super strong garrisons in these forts, so... I mean, I think Min Fook's in here now. Yeah, Min Fook's in this fort now. So this is like a very big upgrade from what we had earlier. Then Gunner's in here. I don't even know who's in the A18. And then Warvix is here with the Gorgo Charles. Let's go. I like this I like this defensive configuration now. Dirty Dan, what's going on, man? Holy raid. Thank you all for being here. I am showing a different war than the one that you've been watching with Dan, but it is a very good fight nonetheless. 1818 against 1981. But thank you, Dan, for what I think is the raid. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So basically what's going on here for all the new viewers is the Heroic Anthem, day 2 of fighting here. And our opponents have been winning the zone for the most part. They've held the pass for quite a long time. You can see that some of our forts are halfway burned down. You know, this was not a great situation a few hours ago at all. But a lot of the leaders of 1818, they woke up, they got on, they started, you know, kicking some butt and taking names. And they got us organized, and now we're now we're gonna try to burn these flags right here, these flags that are touching our forts. The latest meta in zone or pass 7 defense is you leave a little empty space. You leave a little empty space between the pass and your forts, and then the enemy has to build flags to get there. They can't teleport into this zone. It's honestly a very good way to do it if you're trying to defend at a level 7 pass. Just give them a little flag space. No problem. No problem. So we will likely get an attack on these guys very soon here. I hope people can chat. I'm sorry if the settings are for you have to subscribe to chat. YouTube's got some weird bug. It's got some weird bug lately. Maybe I'm not seeing the chat. Maybe I'm not seeing the chat. This has happened before. Right? I'm probably not seeing the chat. Nope. That's cool. I've got no markers on because I don't want to give away any information to anyone on the opposing team that might be watching this stream. My sense is that we are probably going to, you know, like either charge right in or ball somewhere like right here. And then we'll go in on them. We can look at the numbers. Honestly, our numbers look a lot better. Our numbers look way better, actually. This might be the last... I don't know. This is... I think 1981's in a bit of trouble right now. I would attack right now. I mean, we're gonna swamp them. We are gonna absolutely swamp these dudes. Here comes NGO CVP to contribute to what looks like a slaughter. Maybe I'm wrong, but this looks like a slaughter. Here we go. The hospital is empty enough. It is empty enough. We're gonna turn on filtered mode. I'd love to see the point of view of a zoomed in professional on 1981 fighting right now at this cliff. Like, what are they doing? I'm not being sarcastic. I would actually love to know like how a zoomed in player is playing right now, what their reports are like. Are they moving back? Are they just standing and dying? Like, I would love to know what a zoomed in pro is doing in a spot like this, where you're losing bad at the cliff face. I haven't been looking at my health on my marches at all. I just looked. A lot of them are very low. My computer is definitely hitching, so. We got 4 left. We still got the QSH, so we should really try to... Oh, there goes the QSH. It goes down. Maybe this fight is not as big of a win as I thought, actually. It might be that the enemy is just like staying at this cliff and they're staying here in numbers. Look at this fight. This is crazy. I probably was over-aggressive at the end of that fight. I maybe should have zoomed in myself. Because you can see the power of the zoom-in players here. They're almost just like draining us slowly. Like they're just like slowly killing us, and they might turn this fight. They might very well turn this fight. You always wonder like how much value the players up here are doing, because I've sometimes been this player today. Like, are they dumping enough AoE from the side into a big chunk of the enemy to actually be anywhere near as valuable as the people here who are trying to hold the cliff? Look at this, they just leaned on us. They're zoomed in pros just leaned on us for so long that they actually won the fight. Very interesting stuff. Like it seemed like we were winning, right? Like it seemed like we were winning, and then I had that moment where I was like, oh, you know, I'm looking at the health of my marches, they're all very low. And then at that point I kind of was like, well, let's just be aggro and die. Which wasn't the worst decision. Like, for me to be aggro and die there, this sounds counterintuitive, but it wasn't the worst decision because it was a close fight in a way. And so like I was doing pretty important damage at an important time. But it was obviously like not even close to enough. They just held this cliff and just slowly drained us. Pretty interesting. And they must have done it outnumbered because, like I said before the fight started, I said, hey, listen, it looks like we have a huge numbers advantage. Let's see what my reports look like in that fight. Let's see what my reports look like. I feel like they're going to be negative. Oh, yeah. The BQ Wallace, very negative. The Huo, very negative. The QSH just slightly negative, did some good damage at least. LC took a bad trade, Ragnar took a bad trade, and Zuge took a terrible trade. So I took terrible trades there. They're so good on the cliff face, man. Like, they had so many players who are super good at the cliff face, honestly. That's a pretty good example of that. But look at the timing. The timing here, maybe we can get a burn here anyway. That's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy that we might get a burn here. We do need to fill. Like, if you're a main standing here, you fill. Like, Minfook should fill. Looks like we're winning, though, against this Attila Garrison. I don't even know what's in here. I was worried about AoE earlier, but it might be like Attila... I guess it's an Attila David, so David does have a bit of AoE. I think it's in a fan formation, right? Don't really want to run over the garrison, but I do want to help in this fight. Take a little bit of garrison chop there. To get into this fight, keep them off the flag. Oh, there's the burn. That's what I was saying about timing. Like, you don't have to necessarily win the fight. You just have to time your attacks correctly, and you can get some uncontested burns. Where's this guy going? Slick. We caught Slick slipping. Let's go. Looks like we're balling pretty far back. I ran away in time. Others were not so lucky. Sneaky, how's it going? Figured I would go live, you know. This just seemed like a very good fight. It went from being very boring to very good. I'm pretty sure something similar happened last night. I was watching it. And I don't know if Sneaky or anybody else watching knows or not, but I'm just wondering whether the War Frenzy thing exists in this KvK or not. Seems like a lot of people are just playing 24/7 at this point. I guess I should, like, help them. I guess I should help my teammates here. Retreat? I could have helped them retreat a little earlier. That's alright. I mean, you gotta help the retreaters, right? If you're gonna help anybody in this game, you gotta help the people who are caught late in a fight, retreating too late, because they're the real MVPs. The people who get caught retreating, they're the real MVPs. You gotta support them. Let them get away. Maybe next time. So that did not help the ratio. The ratio is down to 23 million positive. I guess we're going to need to be smarter in the next fight. If we are up against a cliff like that, just understand that it's going to be a very long grind, right? They're going to try to grind you down. The zoom in players are going to try and grind you down because they're just like not taking that much damage. Whereas like the dot mode players are basically dying one march at a time, right? Like one march is swinging out of position, that march is dying. 15 seconds later, another march starts to swing out of position, gets chipped down, swings out again, dies. Whereas the zoomed in players are keeping all their marches. And then just slowly leaning on you. They're just slowly leaning on you in a fight. I do remember this happening in another KvK I was in, where it was like, they were winning the fight by just staying in the exact same place. Like they didn't move, and then they suddenly won the fight, and we were all dead. And that was just a different way to think about things. But we are, you know, we are accomplishing some nice objectives as they are in this situation, because there's a whole nother day and a half at these passes, right? There's a whole nother day and a half at these passes. So honestly, like when these forts were burning earlier, I was kind of like, well, you know, where can we build the next fort? I was honestly curious, like where you would build this fort. Like if this fort died or dies, if it dies, like where do you build the next fort? I guess you can still block the enemy in. But they would have, I would imagine they would have teleport space here. Like I imagine they could build teleport space there. So I was like, yeah, what's going to happen when this fort dies? Our ability to now hold these forts for maybe many hours, maybe 1981 is going into their downtime now, and it'll last for a X amount of time as we go into our uptime, and our ability to like really put a lot of hours on these forts is a very good objective. It doesn't sound exciting or sound like a winning objective, but it's a very good objective nevertheless to keep these forts up at this pass, like for sure. Grizz, you know, why I don't play zoomed in? I would say it's because well, there are two reasons. One, you know, I am an officer in my main kingdom. So like really when you're an officer and you're setting markers, it helps to see everything. You kind of need to be focused on like the bigger picture. So that is, so I'm kind of like, I might as well practice dot mode. It's just, you know, on my main account, that will be normally like what I'm focused on doing is playing in dot mode. So I don't see like a huge reason to, that being said, also, I'm not good at it, right? I'm not that good at it. I need to practice. I need to practice being zoomed in, but this is not the situation for me to practice it because like I'm trying to get good trades. I didn't get good trades there, but I am trying to get good trades and maintain this positive delta that Sandman has. So I'm not really going to try to practice zoomed in mode here. And then also like my computer's not running that well. So in a big fight like this, I think it is straining the computer less to be in dot mode. I'm just trying to not be like all that aggressive. I'm not trying to, I'm just really not trying to be that aggressive. Thank you for the sub. Very much appreciate it. Kevin, how's it going? I think this flag will be healed soon, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, we burned them both at the same time, right? I think we burned them both at the same time. No. Let's look. Let's scout it. Let's scout it. Let's see if they have a rally up. We don't have a rally up. We've got 5 people offering armies right now. 3 people are have been taken up on it. Athby, Talal, and Devil all controlling other people's marches right now. We've got more than 20 marches being controlled by other players. You can see those 3 armies with the blue symbols here. Axel, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you all here. Yeah, this flag's empty, so maybe this flag isn't going to be extinguished soon. Thought maybe it would. Lord Mercy, what's up? Lord Mercy asking how I think Kingsland is going to go here. You know, I'm really not sure. I think you have to say that 1981's team is the favorite right now, because I do think they're probably winning over here too. You can see they're definitely winning over here as well, where I think a fort has gone down. I think there was a fort here that burned down in the last maybe 12 hours or so. This looks like maybe this is the second fort here. So they had like a choke point here that they could put another blocking fort here. But you can see on this side, like definitely 1981's allies are winning in the other zone, and 1981 is winning over here. But, you know, I think 1818 is capable of turning it around, right? You know, there is such a thing as playing well in this game. Like, definitely, especially on the team level, there's something to be said for playing well. And, you know, especially once you get momentum and confidence on a day, you can play better. So, and Kingsland is like a very different fight than Past 7, like very different fight. So I think, you know, I think we have a chance. I think we have a chance. But you'd have to say the enemy is the favorite right now. Wild, how's it going? I mean, just take the Sandman account as an example. You know, we do have a positive ratio. We're trading slightly better than we're taking, but we're probably the 5th or 6th ranked player in 1818. So, like, the question is how many of us are actually trading well. It does feel like we're losing more fights than we're winning, but I haven't seen everything. Like, I haven't really seen too much of our uptime and how things look then. You know, because I think at this time last night, when I was streaming last night, there was, like, very small fights from both teams, because everybody was worried about the frenzy. Everybody thought we had to take a long break so that our frenzy would reset. But I don't know, the rumor going around, I guess, is that, like, frenzy doesn't apply to this KvK. I don't even know if that's true or not. Big Kane, 1981 downtime. Cool, cool. Yeah, well, it looks like you guys have a couple more fights left in you, I mean. But yeah, good job, Kane. You guys hoodwinked us a few times tonight for sure in the field. But, you know, I think it's been a good fight so far. Like, plenty of KP has been shared. Lots of speed ups and resources have been spent. And I would imagine there's going to be plenty more of that in KL. So, you know, I would say we're maybe at the halfway mark. I don't know. Yeah, like, from a narrative sense, I'd say this war is at the halfway mark. Because, like, they've definitely shown that they're strong to the point where, like, it's hard for us to daydream that we would be, like, get an easy win or something right? Like at best, 1818 is going to get a hard victory in this KvK. So that part is pretty significant that much has happened. But like KL being the more important zone and the more skillful zone means that we're really only at the halfway mark of the war. I mean, I'm sure we're going to push soon. I'm sure we'll push soon. I mean, you know, the thing is, like, I don't think we really want to fight them against this cliff face, honestly. Like, for this flag, maybe we will have to fight them at the cliff face. For this flag, I don't know. Like, we could just, like, the person rallying this flag could, like, change alliances and we could all just, like, stand right here or something. So, I don't know if we want to just, like, push into them for no reason. Because, like, I mean, I'll show you the reports of the last time we pushed into them. This was like 12 minutes ago. Like, it's not this. It's not this. These are just small stuff afterwards. This was our last push. I mean, terrible trade with my ZL. Terrible trade with my Ragnar. Terrible trade with my LC. Oh, fine, comparatively fine trade with my QSH. Luckily, QSH is all right. Kuo got wrecked. You know, so, and this was right up against this cliff face right here. Like, right here was up against this cliff. So I don't know that we, like, have to push in to them when this flag is already burning. I mean, we can be just we can be objective-based here. You know, because, like, basically the officers from 1818, they logged in. I don't know what time it is in Vietnam. I think it's probably like noon or something. They logged in and made a situation like way better, because we were burning. These forts were burning. And I mean, now we know 1981's going into downtimes. So like, so yeah, I mean, I think I'll just say that in Alliance chat. I'll just let them know if it factors into any of their decisions. I don't know. You know, they don't have a ton of farms out here right now. They honestly don't have a ton of farms out, so. What is this? Hi, Shabby, just throwing absolute shade. 1818 easy. Logan says, actually, we've been in downtime 5 hours coming out of it. Oh, you've been in downtime. Oh, yeah, I did misread Kane's statement. I mean, it's downtime versus downtime. Like, that's the thing, right? Like the period we were just in from like 2, you know, from last night it was like from 2 to 6. Today it was from maybe 1 to 4, or maybe it was from 0 to 4. Like the downtime where like both teams are in downtime, right? Those are still those hours of the day still exist. Like, those hours are just as valuable as every other hour in the day, right? So, I mean, yeah, like, it being one team's downtime or not, I mean, I don't think it even matters. It's just, like, what happens on those hours. And, like, you guys wrecked us today. Or you guys wrecked us yesterday, too. Like, we got wrecked both times on those hours. Yeah, so I mean, downtime, I don't know. I don't know. I basically like enjoyed playing the extreme downtime of this KvK so far. I basically have enjoyed it because even though I haven't done that well, because basically I think to myself, like, the players who are playing when there's the fewest on both teams, those players are very, very important in those hours. Like, what they do in those hours is very important because you just have more of an impact because there's fewer people. But, you know, like, the forts still burn the same, at the same speed. And when we're in Kingsland, things will also burn at the same speed. But I mean, you know, 1981 definitely has some nice advantages. I mean, like, literally, like, last night we were fighting at this pass. We were fighting at this pass last night. And now they're just standing at the cliff. They're like, fight us at this cliff. So it's like, it's a very strong posture. Like, even in 1981's downtime, they have a strong posture. Where's your flag, Sneaky? I mean, we could get to these flags. If everything goes amazingly well over the next X number of hours, I imagine we could get to these flags. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but I mean, we could take a shot at this pass, right? Like, after this dies, we could take a shot at the pass. Or you guys could just, like, defend the pass from here. I'm not sure which one's going to occur, right? Like, are you guys going to hard defend the pass? Or are you going to hard defend this cliff, like, right here? I'm sort of curious to see, actually. But I don't mind, like, waiting, you know? I don't mind waiting. The one gunner is rallying. Yeah, this one. Oh, were you in this earlier? I scouted it earlier. Oh, Sneaky is in this flag, yeah. I figured it was a David, because I was trying to stay out of the way of this garrison, because I was like, I know David has... I know, dude, it's funny, Sandman has simplified on his commander skills. I know David fires in a fan, so I was trying to, like, walk around this flag and just, like, be underneath it, which I think is correct, because the fan must have been going like this. One of the problems with the very simplistic graphics that I have is that, like, I don't even see the AoEs. You know, I really don't even know what the AoE of, like, almost any commander looks like. I know who has a circle, right? I know who has a circle. But, like, if you asked me what Sandman's or what Gang Gamchan's AoE looks like, I would have no clue. No clue. And I'm pretty sure Achilles isn't a fan because people have said that. So Gamchan doesn't even have an AoE. Gotcha. All right. Well, you know, not knowing what his AoE looks like is basically a version of not knowing that he doesn't have AoE. Yeah, and so Achilles hits up to 5 troops, so I assume it's like a 180-degree fan, right? I assume that Achilles has a 180-degree fan in front of him, but I have no clue if that's true or not. I've never seen it. Never seen Achilles' AoE. I mean, can you look at the video or something? Maybe here? Nope. They figure that once the commander's in the game, they don't need to show the video anymore. But here I am, 8 years into Rise of Kingdoms, and I'm looking for the video of Achilles' AoE. He's circle? No wonder he's so strong. Alright, I finally can make a video about Achilles to explain why Achilles is so strong. He has a full circle AoE. You're sneaky. Sneaky, message me the reports of you against Gunner's rallies. That's actually pretty interesting. Message Sandman. I'm right here. I'm north of the A18 fort. I would like to know how Gunner's Attila Subutai did against the David, or the Attila David that's right here. And do you have Arch or do you have combo? Because I have to make this exact decision right now on my main account. Do I build... Do I sort of focus on an Attila David garrison and go Arch formation? Or do I focus on a David Hector garrison and do combo? Like, I can choose to convert two special inscriptions, so I can either make a incredibly good combo garrison set, or I can make an incredibly good Arch garrison set. And I'm honestly not sure which one to build. Yeah, David does well with combo accessories. Oh, Attila David has strong report with combo formation as well. That's good to know. That's that is a reason to go combo, because I think in the long run, in the future, it's more likely that David's will have a really good pair with another combo commander. Like, it's hard to believe that, you know, they're going to make something that pairs well with Arch formation and Attila next, right? It's hard to believe that the next Cav garrison is still going to include, the next meta Cav garrison is still going to include Attila. Like, that's pretty hard to imagine. So I kind of want to build combo instead. Rave's saying, yeah, I asked Chad when he was sharing the 1606 report, he said it was combo formation. I think Chadsky used Arch for some of his reports. I mean, I think if you're taking Chadsky's opinion about Attila David, I think you have to factor in that he's been running his god tier Arch formation set with that at least some of the time. I don't think he's basing it all on combo, you know. But let's see what Sneaky has. What, Sneaky, do you have combo? Or he probably PM'd me his stuff. He has Arch. Yeah, Sneaky has Arch. Interesting. Yeah, so this was like the last rally. Gunner Shapur Asher, they had like no reigns, right? They had literally no reigns, like no reigns. And we probably reigned ours a little bit. And pretty even trade. Like, he traded positively from kill points. Or he traded positively all around. It's like, that's so strong, man. That's so strong. This is with Arch. This is with Arch formation. I think it just wrecks archers. I think that's one of the things, right? You have to run like inf rallies. I thought he was running Attila Subutai. Am I crazy, or did I see an Attila Subutai hitting this flag? Ravy, I know in some of the big reports that it was like it was an alliance member. But that's like a really good report. Wow. With Arch. With Arch. I still think I'm gonna go combo though. I think I still go combo. Because, you know, David Hector, especially in a smaller KvK, David Hector is gonna be super useful. You can just like mess up a kingdom if they don't have the right combos at this point, right? So I guess we're moving over here. Doing a little AFK check. Banks, what's going on? Yeah, let's look at the imp. We gotta see the imp. We have to see the imp. This is Barbros. Scipio Wallace against that garrison and still got wrecked. So what do you rally it with? I don't understand. And is it... I am certain I'm correct that like David Hector with combo against just a rally would do even better than this. Like, I think just point blank, David Hector with combo would do better than this. And this is already doing amazing. Alright, so they're moving too. They're trying to, I guess, burn this. We got them off this cliff now, at least. We took them off the cliff. Alright, I'm trying to remember what I was saying about screwing kingdoms. Because, like, okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? Okay, I know that this traded badly, but, like, I think the best against it. So they should run Tariq, right? Like, you should run Scipio Tariq. Because Tariq does very well against Attila, at least. Like, Tariq definitely does well against normal damage. Because I think he's got like a debuff of some sort that really helps. But David is very nasty. There's one rally combination that I think is good that I don't want to say. But it would be an infantry rally. It would still be an infantry rally. So, like, the thing is, if an enemy only has imp garrisons, right? Like, if a team only has infantry garrisons, and you have David, but you have David garrisons, then you can force them to rally infant to you because David wrecks archers so hard, and then you kill off their infantry. But if they only have infantry garrisons, then they're screwed. Like, there's nothing they can use their archers for because they have to rally imp against David. And if they try to rally with Attila Subutai, I don't know how that's going to do against David either. It might. I mean, maybe it'll do okay. I don't even know. I guess I should lock in here. I guess we're like not backing up, right? I guess we're just like not backing up. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm against the cliff face. I'm supporting my zoomed in brethren, but I'm gonna stay dot mode. So I'm supporting the fight at the cliff face, but I'm not fighting zoomed in. And you know, listen, when I'm getting attacked like I am now, I can just like pull out for a bit and go back in. But because I'm still fighting at the cliff face. I'm trying to figure out which infantry march is like the tail. I think it's maybe LC. Oh, I'm lagging like so hard. It seems like we're doing good. Seems like I lag when we're winning. Getting attacked, so I'm just like pulling back a little bit. I pulled somebody in a little. Yeah, I need to like maintain this cliff face position, but it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad trade probably. I'll be honest, the way we approached this fight was not that great. I think we should have come into them from the side, not from above. I don't think we should have we attacked them from above, because now we're just fighting on their cliff. We're just fighting on their cliff. I mean, I'm so low right now, I should just, like, devalue his movement. I don't know, this is going to be like a negative trade for me. My computer is running so bad. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but like my computer keeps freezing. So GG's going to last the longest, but I don't think I retreat him here. I just think I kill him off. Because like this fight is still up for grabs. I feel like they're winning. I do feel like the enemy is winning, but it's still kind of up for grabs. I think my trades will be negative. I think my trades will definitely be negative. But I mean, listen, I did the best I could against the cliff face, which is like the most important place to fight, I think. I think the cliff face is for sure the most important place to fight. You just do the best you can. Honestly, it's tough. If you have like very bad march control or you're like on a phone or something, I think a fight like that is very tough to do well in. So I'm here on a PC and I'm like not bad, and I don't think I did well in that fight. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. Bubba, what's going on? Alright, so the GG Achilles lasted the longest, slightly negative. Very negative on the Ragnar Skippy. Very negative on the ZL Phillip. Negative on the QSH YSG. Negative on the LC. Negative on the BQ Wallace. Now, I mean, I was right in their face, right up against the cliff face, in their face, tanking, doing the best I could, but that's still like a pretty disappointing result. Like, I just wish that I could perform better against this competition right here. Oh, we need a new buff. I think we should have gone in like this. I think we should have like come in from the side almost. Like, you can put them against the mountain, I think. I think it's fine to put them against the mountain. You just don't want to be fighting down into them on the mountain. I think you can push them against the mountain. At least, yeah. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to rally it anyway. Sneaky's going to get attacked anyway. So yeah, kind of weird, right? Like, they won the fight, but we refreshed, and then now we're gonna get to probably burn this anyway. It might, you know, it might well be a different story if it was a fort where they had cities around it. So we're taking advantage of a pretty easy to attack target here. But still kind of weird that we lost the fight and then immediately got a burn. That's past 7 for you. We'll just watch the fight at the pass while I collect helps. I might already have 30 helps. Yeah, I do. Just waiting for it on the screen, but it's like already there. Earlier, I had like a really bad teleport spot. Like, this teleport spot was so bad earlier in the night because all the fighting was right here at this fort, pretty much. Like, we didn't have a ball marker, but we were just like informally balling right around here. So my TP spot was like pretty bad. And I was thinking about changing it or asking if somebody could give me their spot. But then, like, once we started to get a little bit stronger and more into our uptime, and it was starting to look like, oh, this fort was where the fighting's going to be. You know, I really thought that this fort was where the heaviest fighting would be, because I felt like they would still have a big edge, but we would, like, defend this hard. And so at that point, I was like, okay, my city is in a great spot. Now, where we're fighting now, it's neither good nor bad. It's just in the middle. I can get to the fight safely, but I'm not that close. And this flag now, one last extinguish on the southern Crusader flag, and the enemy is pivoted to the cliff over here, They're going to feel like this is a promising point to defend. And we're going to posture as if to attack. Sandman's got some very nice... He's got some nice gear and some excellent armaments. We added them up last night. He's got 11 special inscriptions. And you'll see that all his armaments have just completely clean stats. No stats that don't help the march in question. Yeah, he's got very, very good armaments. And then the gear is good. The gear's like... He's an open field player. You know, you can tell that he's an open field player because there's not one set of gear that's absolutely insanely amazing. You know, like his best infantry gear has, you know, a little bit of tier 4, a little bit of tier 5. It's got a few crits, but it's like not that much better than, you know, his third best set of infantry gear. Yeah, the cab gear is not amazing, you know. Cab gear is a little bit weaker than the inf gear, and the main archer set on QSH is pretty good. You know, the boots could get leveled up to 5 to be a little faster for sure, but yeah, the QSH gear is, yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Oh, there's 3 crits on this. And then Gangchan has 2 crits. So yeah, the archer set and the cav set are about equal, which is, you know, it's fine. But I guess if you were being really picky, you'd be like, I wish the QSH set was a little better. Yeah, I mean, listen, having a positive delta is very impressive in a fight like this, where we're fighting a very tough open field enemy. Now, to be fair, all this positive delta is Sandman. Sandman, none of it is me. I've been negative. And the question is that because I suck? Is that because of the time of day that I'm fighting? Or is it because of that I'm fighting, you know, aggressively and tanking? I don't know. Like, I'm fighting kind of aggressively, but I'm not going like crazy. So, I don't know, you just keep plugging away, you know? Like, I'm in the ball. Like, let's just fight in the ball this time. Not face tanking, just in the ball. They look scared. The enemy looks scared. And my QSH is already yellow. It's really hard to tell, like, when you're getting hit. I assume I'm just getting hit by the cliff hugger's AoE. Which would be a reason to, like, not... That would be a reason to not retreat, because you're just, like, you get hit with AoE even when you're retreating. But we're going to retreat a little bit here. We're going to be in the ball. Yeah, I'm just like dropping frames so bad. It's kind of a bummer. Should not have backed up there. Oh man, I'm dropping so many frames. It's tough to... I'm definitely not at my best just because of my PC right now. I don't think zooming in is going to be better. We can zoom in a little bit, just see how it performs. We can at least see how it performs zoomed in. I guess we zoom in a lot, right? We'll stack. Most of my marches are still hitting. Almost all are still hitting. Can't be the worst stack, but we just got to keep going. We got to keep going. A little bit of hitch when we zoom in as well. A lot of hitching, a lot of hitching. Ugh. I'm just gonna back out because my PC is just like not running very well. And we'll heal the hospital. Oh, my march, I noticed that just in time. Look at this. My march just started retreating through the fight. Well, I guess since we're here, we'll keep fighting. We have plenty of hospital space. It doesn't matter how badly this goes. But we can make the enemies, a couple enemies' screens flash red. Just scare them off a little bit. I feel like they're probably going to turn this fight on us soon. But I do need to retreat north, so I might as well take the scenic route home right through the middle of the fight. Yeah, Boba, I kind of figured that's what was happening last night. Boba's saying that 1981's Downtime crew has some very strong accounts. Yeah, definitely, like last night for sure, where people were just camping the gate. It was like a few players could do a ton. A few players could definitely do a ton right there. So... yeah, downtime is a different thing than it used to be, but you can obviously have a very effective downtime in today's Rise of Kingdoms. So I'm trying to figure out what to do to make my computer hitch less. Maybe I can, maybe I need to remove a lot of this stuff. It might help to remove a lot of this stuff right here. Let's take a look at those reports. This is when my computer was hitching, right? Like, my computer was not running good in that fight. It was very distracting. USH slightly negative. Now, I'm not sure what happened here. Slightly negative on BQ Wallace. Gang Cham and Achilles still struggling out there. Slightly negative on LC. Ragnar Scipio, the dark horse that stayed out there for so long and got a lot of good value at the end. And then it looks like Wyatt ZL also got a bunch of value right at the end of that fight to make their trade look good. Like that garbage time at the end when I was trying to walk home. That's what made these two reports look way better than the other ones. I think I might try to restart the game here for a moment. I'm just going to put up the stream is starting sign for just 1 second. Just give me 1 minute. I'm gonna just restart my game, see if that does anything. I'll keep talking so you all don't think it's time to leave. But we're just going to try to do anything we can to make my PC run a little bit better. I guess it's time for me to buy a new PC. I think this is This is the final sign. If my computer cannot handle streaming and a fight of this size, it's time for me to buy a new PC. Or build a new PC. I'm going to build it. I feel like I should be able to get a PC for under... under $1,000. All right, so I'm going to just stay in windowed mode for like 1 second. Briefly stay in windowed mode. Then I'll go to full screen. And maybe that'll be a little bit better. What? Oh no, I sent out all seven margins and they're all wrong. Actually, these ones are probably right, but the troop capacity is not right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see, look how the fight has been looking since we were last here. We're balling back up. This flag did not burn. That whole fight that we were doing right there, I completely forgot that there was a flag that we were trying to burn. So now we're going back in. I'm gonna be there late. I'm gonna get there late. I am gonna be late to this fight. Yeah, I think this is like a bit of a attempted flex by 1981 to try to hold here with like way less numbers. I mean, they might be able to do it. You know, you have to be able to win these cliff faces at some times of the day. You just have to be able to win the cliff face at some point in the day. If you can't do that against your enemy, you probably can't win the war. Which is you know, it's always been the case that 5 or 6 players can like change the outcome of a KvK. It has always been the case, but I think it's just magnified with the zoomed in fighting. It's just magnified. The strongest accounts and the strongest players they become stronger. The skill gap increases over everybody else. So yeah, I mean, get used to fighting like this. I think everybody kind of has to learn it. After this stream and before Kingsland, I'm gonna have to figure out the correct settings for zoomed in fighting. I don't think it makes a big difference, but I think it does help a little. Sounds like there might be a David Hector in one of these flags based on what Sneaky's saying in the chat. We'll see. Oh, I went around. The BQ went around. That's so nasty. The BQ went around. All right, so we're just going to get BQ off the screen. We're just going to get BQ off the stream and then go in. Looks like we're getting here just in time to clean up the enemy. Let's get some good reports here. I apparently was not attacking with all my marches, so I'm an idiot. Oh. There we go. I guess this fight isn't over. I only have 5 marches left. I'm just going to dot mode it. I think we're losing, honestly. I literally think we're all, like, running or something. I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm supposed to run or stay. Like, look how many people are running. Like, there's some people going in, but, like, look how many people are running. I have to run. Imanzari, how's it going? Well, that was a very bad fight for me. I had a very bad performance in that fight. My BQ walked into the enemy rather than going around. My GG fought by himself. And my other marches basically showed up right as we were losing and was over-aggressive. So the flag holds. The flag here holds. And I will be right back as this fight reforms. I would bet they're going to form up right here. And we didn't even retreat our marches. Oh, shout out to 3238. I think it's possible. I think we can win. It's possible. I haven't seen what the hours from, you know, 10 UTC to 22 UTC look like. I guess that should be 1981 uptime. I mean, Kingsland is different. Kingsland is different. You need more, you need a lot of garrisons in Kingsland to cover all your flags. To be honest, I imagine that 1981 has a lot of garrisons, so it's hard for me to imagine we have an edge in that department. But that's the kind of thing that allows you to win in Kingsland. Like, get a good start and just hold territory better than the enemy does, right? Like, there's a lot of outplay that can happen in Kingsland where, like, sometimes you win an open field fight and it leads to nothing, and other times you win an open field fight and it leads to you easily burning an enemy flag. And it's like, if you just time things well and get the value out of those exchanges rather than lose value on those exchanges, then, you know, you can overcome perhaps like a kill, maybe a kill point difference or a trade difference. It's hard for me to judge. It's hard for me to judge. Some good fighting right now, though. Some very good fighting right now. And now this flag is also healing. So... this is a pretty interesting point on the map to fight over, honestly. This is a pretty interesting point. Because 1981 has to hold the field to hold these flags. Like, they have to hold the field. But they're very good at holding the field, especially around a cliff, like a circular cliff. Like, this being a good defensive spot is such a weird thing, but it literally is a good defensive spot because they can just fight at this cliff the whole freaking time. Look at this. Look at time as a flat circle as the same names that you've seen over and over again are hugging this cliff face, pushing us back, and we're pushing forward at the same time on the bottom. It's just the circle of kill points right now. This is the KP circle. I need to see where my hospital is at. 243. I'm not going to empty it. I just need to be aware of it when I go into this fight. Because I want to fight zoomed in. But, I mean... I'm not that good at it, and my settings are not optimal, and my computer is, like, running very poorly, so I don't know that I want to be zoomed. I want to zoom in, but I don't think I should. And I think if I fight in dot mode against that cliff, I'm going to get bad trades, but it's just like the best I can do. I don't know, War Daddy. Or Daddy Warbucks. I don't know. I think 1981's pretty friggin' tough, man. I think this is pretty tough to deal with right here. Like, this is just tough to deal with. I mean, when I was watching this yesterday at like 10 UTC, there were very, very good fights. Like in this exact same area, same kind of fights we're having now, right? I don't know how long it lasts. I don't know how long that type of fighting lasts. But like it started even earlier today, right? It started even earlier today. So like if 1818 is going to fight with like very big numbers for many hours, you know, and potentially get to this pass, I would say that's a pretty good performance against 1981. Like, especially, and given the nature of this zone. Like, you've got the pass, you got the cliff face. Not to say that there aren't a lot of cliffs in Kingsland. There are a lot of cliffs in Kingsland, but there are fewer. There are fewer than there are right here. Now, granted, when you're burning the forts and stuff, there's none of that. You know, there's no cliffs here, so... I mean, I might be overstating things, I don't know. You think 1818 spends more? Yeah, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I mean, there's so many good... So it's interesting, right? Like, because... You think there's no zooming in KL? I think there is. I think they're zooming in KL. I remember like the 1093 fight, that like the last Dirty Dan fight when he was in KL. I forget who they were against. It was like a very big, I think they were against like 960 or 2049 or something. They fought against like the same mountain. It was like sort of like a mountain like this, maybe a little bigger. And there was like a couple flags up here, and then there was a couple flags down here. And they just fought against the same mountain for like over a day. You know what I mean? And so, you know, a team that likes fighting at the mountain, they can just kind of make this a point of emphasis, I think. And it does fall on like the other team to figure out how to outmaneuver that. Which right now, I think our plan is to just overwhelm them with numbers. So let's friggin' go. What was I said I was gonna do dot mode. Yeah, I'm just gonna do dot mode. I just want to know where I am. I'm gonna stay against the cliff. I'm gonna stay against the cliff, do damage to the cliff huggers, and like not overextend, you know? Like that's pretty good. Right? Like let's just kind of think about keeping our marches together. You know, we just pull in and melt a guy. It's not the best, it's not like the greatest, but you know, you can pull in and melt a guy and then keep that rage and swing shot forward and hit a guy against the cliff. You know, it's not bad. Like right here, we're not really fanning out. We're just staying. Now we're pulling back. They're attacking us. We go right back in. You know, it's partly about like reaction time. My reaction time is not what it used to be, but here I'm not going to swing shot forward because I'm like out of position with a couple marches. I'm just going to pull them back. I'm losing my rage. I lost my rage because of that. And I do want to get back to the cliff face. You see that as I leave the cliff face, they start to jump up a little bit. If I can get to this cave, yeah, I get to that cave. And then I try to dump some of my rage here, but then I do pull back because I'm getting attacked. We're staying up on most of our marches. The GG is very low. Like, again, it just has something to do with, like, speed or, like, the order that I bring marches out. But the GG Achilles, not doing that great. You can see more sad faces for us now. They're getting aggressive. They are getting aggressive, so I can... Let me just look at the hospital. I'm pretty good on the hospital with only 5 left. They're low. They're low. I'm also low. I think it's my... Yeah, it's my LC that was getting attacked, so I will just retreat the LC. Get a few seconds of value by my other marches staying on the target while the LC retreats. So it's the LC that's up top. He's C. Okay. All right, now we gotta get... We're basically dead. I guess we can just kill these marches. I mean, my trades will be bad there. My trades will be bad there. I don't know if I had a bad fight, but my trades are going to be negative there. Let's start the hospital heal first. QSH goes positive. That's a good start. It's a good start. Negative for the LC Alex. Negative for the ZL. And then my cav marches did very poorly. And negative also on the BQ. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Do I have 30 helps? I do, alright. I mean, we lost the fight, and I was tanking it reasonably much. I was, like, reasonably tanky in that fight. So I guess it stands to reason that I would trade badly, but it still doesn't seem good. Like, it just does not seem good. Numerically, like, numbers-wise, it doesn't seem good, but I basically know that I'm probably contributing more than, like, you know, I'm probably contributing better than 75% of my team right now, even though I'm getting bad trades. Because I'm like tanking and doing decent damage. But you know, you just can't do it forever. You can't trade bad forever. So it's... Anyway, that's what's going through my head right now. Kind of nice, honestly. Kind of nice to just like be thinking about your own account, not worrying about the bigger picture. As much as I sound like I'm in a bad mood or something, I do enjoy playing on an account, not leading, but just playing on an account, streaming to you all, describing the action, describing Rise of Kingdoms as it evolves over time. I just need the reports to be a little bit better. Come on. Why not just push and push? 18 has the distance advantage. Well, I don't think we're like... I mean, I don't think the objectives are like that huge right now, right? Like, I think the trade... I actually think the trade is the most important objective right now. That's the thing. The trade is the most important objective. Like, yeah, we do want to burn down these flags or whatever. And we definitely want to keep our forts healing. Like, that's the main thing we're accomplishing. We're like just keeping these forts healing. But I don't think we... I don't think this is a situation where you use your refresh advantage to accomplish an objective by being very aggressive, potentially taking some bad trades, potentially getting pulled out of position at times in order to win the ultimate fight and accomplish an objective. I don't think that's the situation we're in right now at all. I think both teams are like playing for trades. You know, they're playing to drain the other team more. I mean, you saw me go through, I had like a almost full hospital, and you saw me go through 11 days of speed ups to heal that hospital, right? People can't do that forever. You know, people in big kingdoms like this, they can do it for longer, for sure. But you can't do it forever, so you just try to drain the enemy. Let's see where we're at now in terms of Delta. Delta's down to 20. I think I've lost about 15 million Delta since the start of the day. I've lost 6 million just in the last hour or so. The last hour or so has not gone well for my trades at all. But, I mean, we are 37th in the KvK. Not for nothing. We are 37th in the KvK. We just passed Warwin, our teammate. And then we're trying to pass Paka, which is Imanzari's teammate in 32-38. Up there in Earth Camp. So Paka's doing very well for 32-38. We'll keep grinding. It looks like we're moving. Yeah, this flag's healing. I think we've decided this flag is easier to kill than the other flag. We're basing that on the fact that we lost 2 straight fights down here. Look at this, a bunch of people still down here. Very nice numbers. Very nice numbers for 18-18 right now. Maybe I should zoom in this time. Maybe I should try to zoom in this time. Let's try it. Let's try it. There's the King skill from 1981. I see the faint traces of a King skill on us as well. Double king skills. And here comes the enemy. They're going to go into us. They want the cliff. They're like denying... They're denying us the cliff, I guess. I guess they're denying us the cliff. I'm going to be like a non-face tanking zoomed in guy. Let's see how that does. I stayed to get the QSH ult off, and it cost me dearly. I stayed to get the QSH ult off, or active skill off, and it cost me dearly there. Also just feels like we're getting pushed back pretty hard. I guess I should be stacking, huh? I guess this is like a good fight to stack in. I don't have much left, but I guess I could try to stack here. I don't know. I stack and most people are hitting, but not all. Now no one's hitting. Stacking. Very hard to see. Very hard to see. Very hard to see. Yeah, my Ragnar got wrecked there. We're just getting wrecked. I guess I can stack this. I can't see shit. I honestly can't see a damn thing. Forget it. I literally can't see anything. For that fight in particular, I probably would have been better in dot mode. It used to be the case that fighting up in this game was better than fighting downward. I can't remember if that like changed or I just stopped caring about it, but I cared about it in that fight for sure. I really found it hard to see in that fight, and I do remember that in general it's easier to fight upwards than downwards. We like literally put ourselves up. We put ourselves above them there. I can tell you that the fight going up on this cliff face felt way easier than whatever we just did. Gunner's Rally getting swarmed now. Lots of enemies here. They're desperately trying. We're swarming it, and we're running the rally down to try to burn this flag. I don't think we're going to burn it. I don't think we're burning it. I think you're getting some mains filling this from the field. I think this is where you break off the swarm. That flag's going to hold, I believe. Look what the field numbers look like. Yeah, look at the field coming down now. Those reports are going to be terrible. Those are going to be terrible reports. Right? Yes. Oh my gosh. Terrible reports. Two million KP. The QSH in that fight, I looked to the right of the screen and I'm like, oh, his bar is full. Let's like try to find someone to target. His bar is full. I did get that skill off, but it's like, oh my god, look what it cost me. It cost me like an entire march. This guy, Slick, was locked into my QSH from full health all the way down to 40,000 when I finally retreat. It's like, it was just like in no way worth it. And I wouldn't have made that choice in dot mode. I would have like not even been looking at my rage bars. I don't know. That was a bad fight in many ways. One reason was because I was zoomed in and I should not have been zoomed in. I do pretty well when I just dot mode it and do helpful stuff. You know, just do helpful stuff from a dot mode perspective. When I zoom in, it's like I'm flailing around in the dark. And I need a rune. I need a rune. Here we go. You know what? I'm just going to grab this one. Another swarm. Another swarm on this flag. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, Soons. It's not worth it. Another rally coming in on this flag now. We might have an opening here. It looks like we got an opening on this flag. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my Kuh to pick up the rune before I send all my marches. There we go. And they're swarming. They're swarming the David Hector. The Shapur rally. With the heavy swarm, it might go red before the rally does. There it goes. Here comes the enemy. I gotta be careful not to walk into either AoE or an enemy comeback push. I mean, here's the thing in this spot, right? Like, in all honesty, here's the thing. We have numbers. We have numbers, but I have no faith in my team not to, like, run. I'm not face tanking. I'm not face tanking anymore. Let me just come over here. Like, we have the numbers. Look, they're, like, walking away. Like, when you have the numbers and you see, like, an entire 7-March murder ball walk away, you just, like, charge the enemy. What's your story? What's your sign? It's like and this guy's staying. They want the cliff. They ran back to the cliff. I think we have them outnumbered enough that we can stop them from hugging their loved one here. Were they down here? I don't think I caught all the action on that one. But we did get the burn. On both flags. On both flags are burning. So, 1981 seems to be winning the trades. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. They're winning the trades, but we have like the faster refresh time, and we have like more numbers, I think. I think we have more players online. All right, so Sneaky's got the report from David Hector there. We just saw this rally. This was the Shapur rally that we were looking at. Here we go. Interesting. Shapur actually did pretty good there. Now, granted, Sneaky had no reinforcements, and we had a few reinforcements. Let's see how many reigns we had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 reinforcements. We had 7 reinforcements, and Sneaky traded slightly positive. So, yeah, David is incredibly strong. Honestly, performing a bit stronger here in real life. I don't know why. Why am I walking home? At full health. Yeah, you know, David has looked strong, obviously, in reports that Chadsky had in their last KvK. If I'm not wrong, that was... I forget who they were fighting against, but... this is not, like, the most... the most real scenario either, with like no cities around this flag, but I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but like it almost feels like David Hector is better than Gorgo Hector. Like that's the way that's the way David is feeling. It almost feels like David Hector is better than Gorgo Hector. And Gorgo Hector was already insanely strong. Like Gorgo Hector destroys Attila Subutai. Destroys it. Absolutely destroys it. You know, like you have to rally with Shapur to beat Gorgo Hector. But it's almost like nothing can trade good against David. Except maybe one secret infantry rally that I don't want to say. But even that's not proven. Oh, looks like Sandman woke up. This might be a good time to end the stream, perhaps. Let me talk to Sandman real quick. All right, I'm gonna get back on here in a second. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, I got the go-ahead to keep going. And I said I will try to be a middle-of-the-ball type. So we're going up again. I don't like coming from down. I don't like coming from up here, honestly. But we'll try this approach with dot mode, because we tried it zoomed in last time and it went terribly. So we'll just try it in dot mode. We'll try to stay in the middle of the ball. Let's just see if we can, you know, get a better trade. I mean, it's a wild moment for, like, Cav garrisons, right? We've been completely, like, Sneaky has probably been completely, like, irrelevant in his own kingdom, right? Since Sneaky's the former king of 2217. Probably for the last year plus, his Cav garrison has basically been irrelevant, like, never used. Never even used his own garrison. And now, like, all of a sudden, it's like you have maybe the best garrison in the game, and you're like super thick, and you can just get put here with no support at all. You know, it's pretty amazing. It's honestly amazing for Cav garrisons to actually be good for now. I think they're gonna have to make the new infantry garrison, or the new infantry rally, strong. I think they're gonna have to make it strong, because otherwise, I think David is too dominant. I actually think we're probably in a moment where David is just too dominant. But they just have to do it in some sort of elegant way. Like, they have to do something slightly elegant with the new Imp rally where it doesn't immediately negate how good David is, right? Because, like, when a Subutai came out, Attila Subutai was a great rally. It was, like, maybe the best rally in the game. For a month. It was the best rally in the game for a month, and then they brought Tokugawa out, which was, like, a hard counter to Subutai. And Attila. So it's like Cav players had 1 month where they were actually meta. And I mean, Attila Subutai is still like somewhat meta and everything, but look at this. They're moving to this cliff. Like, oh, I'm kicked out again. Let me put the stream is starting thing back up. I will be right back on the account. I think my marches are in the ball. Like, I feel like I need to get back on. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Yeah, Cavs were cooked for Garrison except Arc. I mean, David's going to be crazy in Arc, I think. I mean, my gosh, David, Hector, Garrisons, and Arc are going to be wild. Or Attila David. Like, the thing is, I guess in Arc, it's almost like Attila David is better. Like, Attila David with Arch Formation is literally better. Oh, here we go. They're coming in. We're just going to dot mode it. We're going to dot mode it. We're going to fall back when they attack us. We're going to stay in position. We're going to attack the cliffhuggers. It's like, already one of my marches is swinging wide. I need to figure out which one that is. So that's going to be either W or S. But it's back in the mix now, so... Now, one thing that's nice here is, like, if I kill a march, I will retreat naturally to my city. I think this is a pretty good spot. I mean, obviously my one march is like... Who is that? I pulled back too far there or whatever. Now I'm off the cliff, which I don't like. I want to be on the cliff. Feels like we're grinding on them here a little bit. My one march is way wide, but it is what it is. Still can't even tell which one it is. It's the Zoog. The Zoog keeps swinging wide. You can see from my dot mode play why zoomed in is better. Because what's happening with me is I always have 1 or 2 marches swinging very far left, and then those marches are being attacked, and because they're being attacked, I'm then retreating all my marches, right? So all my marches stop doing damage, even though all I want to really do is retreat one of them. And that's why being zoomed in and stacking is more effective than what I'm doing. Because you don't have that, like, retreat thing. You don't have the function where you have to retreat one march, but you end up retreating all of them. So I'm down to 5, all yellow or red. Similar to a lot of these fights, we get the early push, but then they start to grind us down. Like, after a while, it seems like they start to grind us down. And it's right around this point. I am low. I'm going to get to this. I'm just going to be at the cliff. I know. Maybe I'm supposed to be more defensive. I don't know. I'm like super low on all my marches. I should just kill them off. Hiya. Let's take a look. All right, good report for the QSH. We're 1 million to the good. Now we're 700 to the good. Now we're 100 to the good. Now we're down 100. Now we're down 900. Now we're down 1.3. You know, it's just a bad trade every time. Oh, look, what does this say? Yeah, so there's no cooldown in this KvK. There's no 16-hour cooldown at all. But listen, you take a slightly bad trade to try to defend the flag that's being built? I think you just do it. I think you just do it and don't care too much. Look, if I were not streaming and or not playing on someone else's account, I wouldn't care about my trades much at all. Like if I were playing on my own account, I actually would not care about my trades right now. I care about how much damage I'm doing. But I also want to be a good player. Like I want to play this game well. And like being unable to get positive trades in a fight like that is like not what I want to be at. But maybe that's my life. Maybe that's my life. Take the stream chat off just so it's a little easier to see. We're right at this flag. I'm not gonna fill it or anything. I mean, I guess I could fill it actually. Oh, it's over. Okay. I guess technically we didn't really lose that fight. I don't think it ever ended. I don't think that fight ever ended. We refreshed, and then they were winning, then we refreshed, so we didn't lose the fight. But like we said, it's about the trade, and I think they probably won the trade. I think that's all I'm going to get. I'm going to keep walking a little while longer, but I think that's all I get. Maybe not. This guy might slow some people down. This guy's stopping. I think the other thing about zoomed in mode that is good for people who do it is over time you just learn more about rage. You learn more about rage, you figure out how to keep your rage. You know, I think that's a big part of it, is keeping your rage up while not getting wrecked. And then there's this, where you just sort of know where everybody is. You know what the numbers are on each side. You know where your marches are compared to everybody else. And maybe where you should be standing. But all this time while we were zoomed out, thinking we could see everything, something else was happening very up close. Shaolin Masters were quietly training to move their mouse to this guy, then this guy, and back to this guy, then stand together. So this flag will go down. This flag is already dead. I forgot that we even had a flag here, honestly. This flag doesn't do much because you cannot teleport anyone here, right? It looks like you can, right? If you're newer to Rise of Kingdoms, from this spot, it looks like you should be able to have people teleport, maybe like right here, for example. But you can look at the outline of the pass, and you can see that with the pass, there's this gray box, and no one can teleport inside of this gray box. Which is why putting a flag here is quite good. Because it's just... the enemy doesn't gain anything from having a flag here. It just forces them to defend something that they wouldn't have to defend if you put your fort right up against the pass. It looks like I've got the markers on. I got the markers on. Three minutes till this flag is done. We'll see. We might get a fight before then, actually. Looks like they're kind of rushing to get here. Maybe it looks like maybe they got like 50, 60 marches. I feel like we've got more. Maybe not though. Maybe we don't have more. Looks like they've got maybe 50 or 60, but a lot more coming. I would think we probably have 50 here right now. And maybe a little bit less coming. Here comes Lovely. Walking on down. Boba, I'm being nice to everybody today. I'm being nice to everybody. Although I will say I like this approach. As a dot mode enjoyer, I like the way this fight is shaping up. I'm just going to be of the ball. I'm not going to be at the front of the ball. I'm going to be of the ball. Look at, like, I'm not even trying to be at the front, and they just, like, make me go to the front. We're off to a bad start in this fight. Not going to lie. We're off to a bad start. I already don't trust my teammates. Like, I don't trust my teammates at all here. And I can tell that they don't trust each other either. Like, look at how, like, soft we were at the start of that fight, man. We were so soft. And I'm trying to be soft. I've been face tanking a lot. My trades are not great. I'm trying to be soft. Look, they got to the cliff. We let them get... We were so soft that we let them get to the cliff. And look at the army coming in for them. I'm, like, pretty out of position, I think. Like, they're just up in our face. They're completely up in our face. At least I'm not hitching. At least I stopped dropping frames. Rally's coming in. We can probably hold. I guess I should try to fill. I don't know. I could fill. I could fill here. I just don't want to get distracted from the productive open field fighting that I'm doing. But I could fill here. Are they swarming? No. Pretty hard to click on the... See, the problem is... Oh, it's dead. Whatever. Yeah, I was trying to fill, but it caused me to stop fighting for like 30 seconds. Oh, now I'm out of position. I pulled some people in there at least. I pulled like an entire dude in there. Alright, let's try to like make this trade somehow positive at the end. I'm low, but so are they. My ZL is almost full health. Flag's done. As I pull back, I'm gonna bring my other march out. All right, they're running. We have to make up for the first half of that fight by getting a bunch of roach kills right here at the end. We gotta roach these guys all the way back to the pass. And our ZL just needs to tee off here. Just tee off. Oh my gosh. I screwed up there and let my marches retreat. That was like really bad. I think that's... yeah, we've got no rage. We have no rage right now. It feels like we're hitting people, but we have no rage. Here we go. I think they're thinking about turning, but it feels to me like we have a lot of momentum. At the very least, I have 6 marches that aren't afraid to die because they're all low health, so I'll keep going. You know what? I might not have been nice to Boba's marches in that fight. I might have ignored Boba's request right there. And sent his ass back across the pass. Let's go. Dot mode. Look at dot mode. Dot mode. Dot mode. GG Achilles. Dot mode. BQ. BQ Wallace has not been that good. I don't know, man. I don't know about these. Because on my account, my BQ LC is so good. BQ LC is so freaking good. And Sandman has them split up, and they just... neither seems to do that great. Boba. Boba. Listen, man. Sometimes you just have to get the face. I was keeping the stream chat up, but it's just too big. Oh, what if I do it like this? Maybe I can do it like this. There we go. I can't decide whether to do the hospital or not. I think I'll wait. Well, that was my best fight in like 2 hours, so what's more of that? More of that. I think 1981 is starting to consider what the value of forming back up is. Because they're having to work very hard to get these, what I assume are positive trades. Now, up to that point, I think they have had positive trades. But it's taking a lot of work for the people who are online for them. And if they want to, they can just stand behind the pass. Or maybe stand at the pass. Shout out to Big Kane, who was in the chat earlier. Shout out to Wild, who was in the chat earlier. I do hope people are enjoying... enjoying, you know, a lot. Listen, we got a lot of people in the chat who are also fighting in this KvK. I'm really glad I could help... make night 2 of this fight that much more enjoyable for y'all. It makes it more fun for me too, honestly. I was playing earlier, I was fighting really hard earlier, and I was like, I guess this is just secret footage and secret action that no one is really watching. And it was just, you know, because I wasn't on voice chat with anybody either, you know? I was just like playing by myself completely. So it honestly is more fun to have an audience. And big shout out to Dirty Dan for the raid earlier. That was huge. I have to remember to raid someone when this stream is over. When the stream is over, we will rage somebody. No, wait, did I say rage? We will raid somebody. Oh, it says you've been running 3 and they've been struggling. I mean, no more than my Cav. Like my Cav has been struggling as much as my Inf, but yeah, it's an interesting choice, right? It's like, because basically what Sandman has chosen to do is run 7 marches, right? Like he gets enough crystal tech that he can run 7 marches. So he's splitting up his BQLC and making that 3rd infantry march. And like I said, I think it is hurting the trades. Like, it honestly is hurting the trades, because I think BQ and LC together would do really good. Like, it's just so strong. BQ-LC is so strong that I think maybe that would trade positively, whereas these two combined are trading negatively. But he's getting the value of having 7 marches, and so he's doing more damage. He's being more impactful during each fight by having that extra march out there. It's an interesting choice. And by me saying that it's interesting, I feel like it's not as cut and dry as people think. I think most people think, oh, you always go 7 marches. But in this situation where, like, this is going to be a long, grueling KvK, I kind of think maybe you do just go 6 marches and put them together. I might try that next time out, actually. Maybe next time out I'll bring just 6 marches. All right, so we're building another flag here. Kind of interesting because I don't think we had flags here originally. Maybe I'm wrong. But we might as well build this space and give ourselves a movement buff on this territory. Like, you might as well have the movement buff. Pretty good stuff here. Pretty good fight that we've got going on here. You know, both teams even enough that they were literally standing a half a screen away from each other, but not just running in immediately. You know, as we stand here right now, which ball is going to win the next fight? Very hard to say. Very hard to say which ball is going to win the next fight. I would probably bet on us. I would bet on us next time. Looks like we got better numbers. Looks like we have better numbers. Oh, look at the VIP teleports. Front row seat. Anybody want it? If you are enjoying my content, I would very much appreciate a subscription. That is always appreciated. If you become a member, you can get our 3 emojis that are available. 3 excellent rock-themed emojis available in my channel. But I appreciate the support of all kinds, whether it's hitting a like, talking in the chat, or donating. I appreciate all the support. These are the good streams right here, man. The low stress streams where, like, the game does it for you. All I have to do is really commentate on what's happening because, you know, the action is good enough here. $18-18 here at the level 7 passes. Trying to keep things stable at these passes. Getting some valuable heal time on these forts. The XN03 fort down to less than half health. 17 FF right at half health. And then the flagship fort here from the leader of the coalition, A818, slightly above, at two-thirds health here. We'll probably get very good healing on it for the next several hours. And then we'll go into day 3. We'll go into day 3 of this, essentially knowing that the forts will hold by the time Kingsland opens. Because, you really don't want to be in... You don't want to be in the situation that our allies in Earth Camp are in. Which is that they have been breached. They have been breached here. And Water Camp has a lot of territory, a lot of super valuable territory here. They're burning these forts now. But these forts have a long way to go too. You can see that it's not too easy to accomplish a lot at Zone 7 passes. Level 7 passes. Because even when you break through, you really don't accomplish a lot. Unless you can fort drop. And this map has been carpeted. Every coalition in this map has carpeted their territory so they cannot be fort dropped. And we're just holding. We're just holding as this flag builds. Crimson, I don't think the reworks are... the thing about the reworks is that it's a lot of work. Like, they have to come up with some really, really good thinking in order to essentially accomplish, like, roughly what building a new commander accomplishes. Like, when you build a new commander, you sort of, like, change the meta. You keep things fresh. When you rework a commander, you sort of balance things out. Like, every once in a while, things get stretched out, where, like, the new commanders are so strong that there's, like, a big advantage for people who collect a lot of gold heads and are able to max all the new commanders. At a certain point, when that happens often enough, which maybe we're around that time right now, because, like, Achilles is very good, GG's very good, and BQ was also, like, extremely good. QSH is obviously the GOAT, but he's been around for a while now. He's been... Actually, QSH only came out 6 months ago. So yeah, like, kind of what happens is that smaller players and low-spending players, they might be just maxing QSH over the last 3 months, and now they're, like, trying to build Achilles and, like, get caught up. But it's like, if you keep releasing really good commanders, then the average player can never catch up. For example, on my main account, I don't have Achilles or GG right now. And I'll only get Achilles if the commander restart event happens. So, I mean, that's what reworking a commander accomplishes, is it minimizes the stretch between people who have all the new commanders and people who don't. But you can do that. You can accomplish the same thing without having to think so hard by doing stuff like a commander restart, right? So, like, if they give us a commander restart, that also minimizes the stretch. All right, so we're going to stay in dot mode here. That went well last time. We're going to hug the cliff. You can see that we've got, like, maybe 12 or so of my teammates ahead of me on the cliff. I'm going to start clicking the enemy so that they think they're getting attacked, even though I'm a few centimeters away. And let's just see. We don't want any of our marches to swing forward, obviously. We want to just keep doing damage. I did predict we would win this fight a few minutes ago. There's really nothing more satisfying than killing a devoted cliffhugger. What KP could be sweeter than the salty tears of a Cliffhugger's KP. And that's what we're collecting in a jug right now. A big old jug. I mean, listen, when you win fights, it's pretty easy to get good reports. You know, maybe that's the secret. Maybe the secret is just, like, have your team win fights, and then you get good reports. Oh, is there an altar going on? For real? We gotta check the altars. Shame. Shame. Dude, look at how devoted some of their Cliffhuggers are. Like, they're literally surrounded. They're straight up surrounded, and they're still hugging the cliff. Read the room. Read the room. The cliff can't save you. Listen, they've been kicking our ass all day. I gotta have some fun. Who's this? Who ended up here? Mistab. Mistab has seemed like Mistab is very strong, like for sure. Very strong fighter. But they do seem like they're a bit of a like wing player. Like they're not in the center of the ball, they're more like slightly doing their own thing or like on the off flank or whatever. But very strong, for sure. Oh, yeah, nothing sweeter than killing AFKs? I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that are sweeter than killing AFKs. Like, what about an open field AFK, right? Like, what about just like a AFK on the map? Not at the altar, but just like someone who's doing something else and forgot to bring their marches home, and you just like catch all 7. I'd say that's sweeter, because then you're just punishing one person instead of an assortment. I'm refreshing even though half my marches are at white health. I think we'll be able to hold this flag. If they refreshed really quick, maybe they could attack this flag, but I don't see it happening. And we'll empty the hospital now. We're over halfway. Let's look at those reports. I'm sure they're positive. The QSH going crazy. GG Achilles finally trading positive. BQ heard what I said about him and did well with Wallace for once. LC Alex heard what I said about them and traded insanely good. Yeah, just all around good trades there. I mean, when you win the fight, you definitely trade good. No hard refresh with a building. We did it, though. We did it. We did the hard refresh. If I was very objective focused, I would not have refreshed, but... I was busy talking about how Miss Tab does her own thing. What's the delta now? I know those weren't like big fights, but what's the delta now? Oh, we got it back up to 21. We need to at least end the night where the delta has a 2 in front of it. We're back up to a delta of 21 million. Let's keep that going. Let's zoom out here. Let's see what kind of battle they're talking about here. Oh, so this has been just the same battle the whole time. These are the stats for, I think, the entire zone so far. just over a day and a half of fighting. You can see HC Bao is in first place. Very interesting. He's been kind of doing his own thing. Kane's in, and then the 1981 leadership, Kane and Moof are in second and third. 1818 leadership, Cigar's in fourth. Yeah, and then some very, very strong fighters. Oink Oink Piggy has definitely been a very good fighter. And Hervank was excellent at the pass last night. They definitely stand out as very skilled fighters that I've seen. And there we are in 47th. We're doing about half. We're about half as productive as the top 10. Yeah, not quite where we want to be. Not quite where we want to be, considering we're putting a lot of hours on the account, and it's a very good account. Not quite where we want to be, but we're definitely doing a lot. The fact that some of their players are just like running around by themselves right now makes me think maybe they're not going to form up on our side of the pass again. I'm not sure they're gonna form up on our side of the pass again. Looks like a few people are bringing farms. Looks like Wild is bringing a farm to the pass right now. It looks like they're gonna ball up again. Feels to me like they're gonna ball up again. You know, they're all kind of walking right here. Well, but maybe not. Maybe they're getting ready for a pass rally, because now we can rally the pass. We're touching the pass. We can rally it. I think we were touching it already, though. Yeah, I think we were already touching the pass. Yeah, so nothing really changed with this flag. Here we are watching the best city skin in the game. The Sands of Time city skin. Universal attack buff of, I think, 15%? Or 20%. One of the two. And it looks awesome. And the falling sand looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, really good looking skin, but also insanely strong. Let's see if that's 15% or 20%. I can't remember. $16%. 16% attack, yep. Lee says they're ready for defending. I think you're right, and I think that's what we figured out too. We do have a rally up on the pass. We do have a rally up on the pass. So there you go. Now, what I'm wondering is whether they can fight right here at the pass as we're rallying. We'll see what happens. One of two things is about to happen from my point of view. We're either just going to watch this thing get rallied and just stand here and wait for them to try to swarm it, and then we're just going to counterattack their swarmers, or they're going to be able to post up right here at this pass, kind of like this siege march is doing right now. Just post up right here and like mess with us, like mess with the rally from there. Like where Piggy's standing right now, like that's my question, right? Can these marches right here mess with this rally? If they can mess with it, then we're gonna have to be all up in their face trying to deal with them zoomed in. Which I didn't hate this zoomed in angle yesterday. It wasn't too bad. Piggy says check the account ID. Oh, very young account here on Piggy. Very young account. Very young account. Yeah, I mean it's tough, man. It's tough because like a player like Piggy has played like this game probably a lot less time than I have. But you know, they spent money to get their account to a good point. And like especially if you're an open field player, you can like just buy the new commanders. You can just, you know, get all legendary gear. You don't get slowed down by having to build like garrison stuff or rally stuff. And then, you know, he worked on his actual fighting game to be able to fight zoomed in very well. And then, you know, this new player is able to be, from an open field fighting perspective, they're able to be more effective than I am, you know? But I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on the zoomed in thing and hopefully get better at it. So the rally's prepping. Let's see if it just walks. That's waiting. Well, it looks like we're going to let this thing go. There's no anchor in it, so... Siege getting in position. I think we're coming from over here, maybe? Let's see where Minfook is. Yeah, Minfook's up here. So we're probably gonna, yeah, we're probably gonna hit the rally from right over here. HDT, what's going on, man? No iconics? Yeah, that's crazy. On my main account, I have like 25 iconics. Just sitting there doing nothing. Right now I'm just standing right here because I feel like our farms should be right here. I feel like all of our farms should be standing where I'm standing. I don't know where they are. It looks like they're back here. So I'm just trying to like protect the farms basically. Here comes the rally. Put a marker on it. I'm not sure what's in the pass. I would assume that it's a Gorgo Hector. I assume this is a Gorgo Hector. But here we go. Let me turn off buildings. I don't want to attack buildings. It doesn't look like they can mess underneath the pass. Doesn't look like they can mess underneath the pass. HTT, I mean, it's sort of even right now because we're just at the level 7 passes, but it feels like the enemy is winning. It feels like 1981 has done better so far, and their allies are doing better in the other zone. All right, so Manny's got the counter. And this becomes a bit of a reinforcement game. Our reinforcement's not looking great. I mean, they're looking okay, but we're dipping down to 2 million. I guess maybe I shouldn't look at it. Maybe that's like helpful info for the enemy. Oh, Bubba says that 1981 has double the KP of 1818. Okay, well, yeah, they're winning then. I mean, if you guys have double the KP, that makes me feel a little bit better about my trades, at least. I mean, you're not really supposed to be trading that positive if you're losing. Let's see how well they're keeping the pass full. 2.4. 2.2. You know, we have to say that 1818's performance tonight is probably better than last night, right? Because like at this time last night, we were not rallying the pass. Now, we were standing at the pass. We were standing at it, but we weren't rallying it. So maybe it's not that different. But I feel like we're slightly, you know, we're like doing slightly better than last night. Although I guess our forts were not this low last night. I guess what we can say is that Night 2 has not been worse for us than Night 1 was. Like, it didn't get worse. But this trade here does matter, you know. I'm just going to look real quick. We're at 2.2. Almost looks like the two sides are keeping things maybe equal. So look, someone is attacking through this. Like this bow guy was able to attack through the pass. Looks like Miss Tab tried to go through, and Bow just got her. 2.4 in the pass. Yeah, Isaiah, that's what I took it to mean. I took it to mean that they had similar KP going in, but that 1981's done more this year. Is rock still worth it in 2026? Sandman wants to know. The real Sandman making an appearance in the chat. Shout out to Sandman. Oh, here comes the counter. So we can swarm the counter. Let's see if they bring anybody out with it. Doesn't... Oh, great angle for the counter. Wow. Let's see if anybody comes out. Doesn't look like it. Looks like the counter's just by itself. Oh, he actually... No, it's still up. Now I swarm it. I mean, it's probably too late to swarm it, but I'll swarm it now. Alright, yeah. I did not swarm that at all, but whatever. Fill the rally. 1981 deciding it's not worth it to run out and push with the counter. So it looks like we're going to be able to keep this rally up for as long as we want. Now, what matters is the trade. You know, the trade is what matters. And I want to see what's in the rally, but I just should not do it because I know people from 1981 are watching. And it just makes it too friggin' easy if I show them what's in the rally. But you can see from my scouts and from what we've watched from the rallies that neither team is doing a great job of keeping this full. Both teams get about a... oh, it's going down. It's down to 1 million. I was about to give everybody a C+, but I might have to give 1981 a C- here for their filling of this pass. It might be that some of their big-time farm fillers have gone to sleep. Like, really asleep. This thing is not being kept full at all. You know, to be real about it, the skill sets... oh, now they're up to 2.1. But to be real about it, the skill set that's required in a scenario like this is totally different than the skill set of, like, a really good open field fighter, right? Like, this is about controlling multiple accounts at once. And, like, when I think about the people who are really... when I think about the people in my kingdom who are, like, the greatest farm fillers, right? Their open field fighting is nothing special. The open field is not what they play the game for, even, really. They play it for, like... yeah, filling, playing defense, filling rallies, controlling the game from that perspective. Yeah, it's a very different skill set that's being tested right now compared to what has been tested for the last day straight. Garrison popped. Garrison popped. I think we can go through. We just got to fix it. It's easy to fix it now. There's like a little... you can just transfer ownership. They need to transfer ownership to A818, I believe. But the pass has been taken. And we're looking at those AFKs. Feels like a decent number of AFKs over there. There we go. I'll look at Piggy's message later. I gotta kill some AFKs here. I think dot mode is best here. I think dot mode is just best. I guess all the AFKs are on the right. Whatever. We can just go through the enemy. And they'll just... some will turn out to be AFK as we go. And just like that, 1818 takes the pass for the first time in over a day. The 2629 leadership? Nope, not sure. Yeah, some of us are still going HDT, but I know you left the game behind and got on with your college studies. If I'm not wrong, I believe HDT Nation referenced Rise of Kingdoms in his college essays. Apparently successfully. I guess we should go down here and get some KP. What is happening here overall? Flag's getting swarmed. Players being chased. Do we have any rallies up? Nope. Looks like nobody's off territory. Or if they are, we haven't seen them yet. This seems like a good spot to practice stacking. I stack. I'm mostly hitting. Everyone's hitting. Look at this. Look at this stack. And we move forward. We move forward. No stacking because we're moving forward. And I guess we back up. Not sure. Not sure. I guess we'll stack again. We stack. Okay. We might be getting pulled too far, I feel this is a bait. I feel this is a bait. I mean, like, Mistab is right here. John Porkstad is right here. Cleto is right here. Like, this was just a bait. They were just baiting us. But we have to protect the retreaters. As we said at the start of the stream, if you're not protecting the people who retreat last, then who would you ever protect? Must protect the retreaters. But we don't want to become the retreaters ourselves. Like, they're trying to bait me right now. I'll take your bait, I will eat it, and then I will walk away. I think we turn, because these guys are coming down, so I think we turn here, right? Don't we, guys? Don't we turn? We have like 50 people. I guess they're running, but yeah, but our people get here first, right? Lee, I've got I just grabbed a fresh bottle of water. It's right next to me. Thank you, though. Right, so now they're coming down. Now we go. Now we run. Now we run. Now we run. Look at this. Everybody ran at the same time. That was actually good. See, when you win, everyone kind of knows what to do. Like, instinctively knows what to do. Oh, I guess we're... Actually, I didn't know what to do. We're turning. My bad. Because these guys turned. I was worried about up here, but we turned on top. So we turned down here. I'm going to dot mode this. See, I need to get to another person. I need to get my rage to another person. Oh, this guy ran in. Nice. Okay, now we're in deep trouble. Now we are in deep, deep trouble. Hopefully my friends up here hold them off enough. Let's see what this looks like. I guess our numbers are not that bad. Maybe we aren't in trouble. I don't want to face tank, though. Someone tank with me. Somebody's coming in. I'm gonna stand right here? Okay. Nice push. I think some people refreshed and came back right now for us. We got like a very good push. Now I'm a little out of position. I'm going to pull back. I mean, I'm right where the marker was. I'm not sure. I feel like that marker was saying to fight on their territory, but it caused us all to fight on our territory. My team wants me to face tank, and I don't really want to. We'll stay right here. We must improve the ratio. We must get bigly positive trade. So numbers look better. And person feels happy. And now I'm in deep trouble. I'm in deep, deep trouble. I mean, I'm low health, so like, if my friends want to turn, I will turn with them. I think we can turn here. I think we can turn. I don't want to bait my friends into something bad, but I'm willing to tank a little bit because I'm very low. This guy's walking into us. Got him. Alright, this is a good time to refresh. The people up here did a great job. We had some great cliff fighting up here. Shout out to all these people. Atby, Count Toro, Lel. I saw a Wad in here. All the people up here who were fighting did a great job of holding them off. Great job. All right, hopefully those reports got us closer to a good ratio here. Great report from the zoo. We got 2 million positive KP just from the QSH alone. Great report for Huo. GG and Achilles still doing all right. Nice report for Ragnar Skippy. Ragnar Skippy having some good reports lately. And then a bit of a struggle for the other two Inf. But we get the delta slowly but surely. It's up to 22 now. It was at 21 million last we checked. Now it's up to 22. A few more fights like that, we make it respectable. Heroic Anthem. Heroic Anthem in 2026. This is what it looks like. Wind Camp taking the pass down here. Up top. It's still the water camp that's holding. OV. OV in the field over here. I'll have to look at the KP later. I don't want to open up a web browser right now, but very curious how much KP OV is getting in this KvK. Sand, I don't know how you're a pleb, man. I think we're like 5th or 6th in the kingdom in kills. I mean, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we're 5th. We're 5th in the we're 5th in the kingdom in kills. But honestly, a very good showing for 1818. Ever since Minfook showed up. Minfook showed up like 3 or 4 hours ago, just shortly before my stream started. He showed up, he set a marker. I was like, hell yeah, let's friggin' go. He just set like a ball marker. I was like, that's what we needed. We just needed direction. And we've done a lot with that direction. We've done a lot. The enemy fought hard. They defended hard. They kicked our butts at various points, but I mean, we took the freaking pass, man. That's huge. Objectively, it's not a big deal, but symbolically, I would say taking the pass is a very big deal. Rank 1 by end of stream. Unpossible. Unpossible. I would have to port to the North Pass. Do we have any territory over here? Is this us? Is this, wind or whatever? Oh, no, I keep thinking that we moved down, but we didn't move down. Only, Fire did. I kept thinking that we were up here originally also, but that doesn't make no sense. Okay, so they've pushed us to the pass. This is what they did the other day, right? They get to the pass and then they're Zoomers just camp us. They camp us coming through. They camp us coming through the pass. Like Paul Flynn like woke up. Paul Flynn woke up to like this situation, so Paul Flynn's gonna probably put in like insane work at this pass. Yeah, they did exactly this on the first day. We had the pass, but they just camped it. They camped the pass. Min Fook's rally going somewhere. Does it get through? Can it get through? It does. Oh, we were trying to swarm this flag. We never got it burnt. That must have hurt. Alright, so I don't want to be able to attack buildings just so it doesn't disrupt me. But I'm going to zoom in here. I don't know, man. This is rough. This is rough, dude. How do I fight this? How do I fight this? I can't even see. I can't even see. Look at this. My GG already wrecked. Where did my marches go? My GG already got wrecked. I'm not going in first to this. I'm not good enough. Like, how do you fight through this pass, dude? I'm just not even messing with it. Yeah, so Piggy's gear is nothing special. Oh, wow. So Piggy, are you like just mainly a zoomed in fighter? Is that kind of how you play? Yeah, I mean, look at Piggy, man. Like, he's got a blue shield. Like, he's literally got a blue shield. And he's 9th. Like, he's 9th in kills here. So it's not just me. Like, it's not just me that's, like, losing to these players. It's like our whole kingdom is losing. Yeah, this just isn't the spot for me to work on my zoomed-in fighting. I'm just gonna, like, get the settings right and then just, you know, do it sort of at my own, on my own account. Really. I mean, down here I zoomed in like a pro, man. I was crushing the zoom in right over here. Like, I stacked and had all my marches attacking and just pushed everyone back. None of them wanted that smoke, that standstill smoke. Like, that was, like, probably the best stacking I've done yet. But, like, here, I don't know, man. I don't know about this. I mean, when my teammates kind of started, I'll come in. When my teammates started, I'll go in, but... like, I don't know. Oh, my God. My GG is, like, already dead, bro. And my Zoog. Like, I just can't tell. I can't tell when my teammates are out there. It's just a mess, man. It's a mess. I also wasn't sure about my hospital. I got nervous about my hospital, like, the moment that fight started. Oh, my rune ran out. Oh, my God. Look at them rushing. Look at how many of them are rushing to this pass right now. They love it. They love it, dude. This is a blender. They're putting us in a blender right now. I don't know what markers we have and stuff like that, or like what people are saying on voice, But they're putting us in an absolute blender right now. I don't want any part of it. F it. If this is what getting the pass gets you, just let them have the pass. Yeah, they might have given us the pass. They might have given us the pass. Look at this. They're frothing at the mouth, dude. They're literally frothing at the mouth right now. There's four armies. There's 4 people controlling armies. I should maybe say something. I don't know. No, I think I just let people cook. I'm gonna log off soon anyway, so I think the rest of my team can figure out how they want to deal with this situation, but here's my reports when I try to go through the pass. Very bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. I think that the report that Piggy showed me just happened. I think it happened at this pass. Look, they're all just like refreshing on like yellow health. They're just like, let's refresh and go get another good trade. You can see that HC Bow is like pretty good. You know what? I think this is a good time for me to end the stream, in all honesty. I think we're going to be grinding at this pass for quite a while. I personally don't want to fight this. So I think this is probably a good time to end it. I'll leave the account in an okay place for Sandman. Looks like we got a delta of 22 million. So I lost about 13 or 14 million here for Sandman to make back up. But yeah, I think this is a good time to call it a night for my fighting. This was a very this was a good stream. I'm glad I was able to show this part of the war to everybody. I don't think it was super important, but I think it was a good fight, right? This was a good fight between the two teams. Pretty even, like even type of fight. 1981 won a few of the scraps. We won a few of the scraps. So glad I was able to show it. I'm glad we got the pass, although it might be a this might be a bait. This might be a bait by the enemy to get us to do exactly what we're doing now, which is walk through. You can see that we're just like not able to get through. You can see we're doing a big push right now. I wish I was a part of this one. Look at this. I wish I was a part of this one. Oh boy, we missed one. We missed one here. Good push. Good push. This is how you do it. This is how you beat the thugs at the pass. You just outnumber them. You just completely outnumber them. They're bullies. They're just bullies. So you just set a time, you get everybody to push, and there you go. Nice push by 1818 right there. The blue wave. The blue wave is coming for you. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Please throw a like on the video on the stream on the way out. That will help YouTube share this to more people who will watch it after the fact. Shout out to everybody who watched live. Shout out to everybody who chatted. And also appreciate everybody who watches this content later. I do it for all you guys. It's very nice to have people along for the ride in my journey through Rise of Kingdoms. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, I will see you all on the flip side.